living within this world that has this binary construct. A lot of times you'll hear, men and women, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. It's like, where do I'm feeling as though I have to pick a place versus me having a place in the conversation. Intersectionality also pushes a lot on that as well, being able to identify those different groups and what that looks like for them.
This episode is sponsored by Big Mon's Lemonade. Good taste, good time. Hit Big Mon up for the best tasting drinks on campus. At Mon's Big on Instagram.
How y'all feeling?
Good.
How y'all feeling? Good. So guys, welcome to another episode of A Lemon Squeeze. On this episode here, we'll be discussing homophobia in the Black queer community. But before we get started on our discussion, I will go around and introduce my beautiful panel here. So my name is Barrett Miller. I am a junior at VCU. I am 20 years old. My pronouns are he, him, and his. Y'all can introduce yourselves now.
I'm Sanaya Phillips. I'm a freshman at VCU. I'm 18. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. Oh, and what was I supposed to say? Yeah, I'm good.
You Gucci.
Oh, yes. My name is Adrian Manigo. I am a senior at VCU. I'm 20 years old, and my pronouns are she, her, hers.
My name is Tubala Ayefa. I am 19 years old, and I'm a freshman at VCU. My pronouns are she, her, hers.
My name is Nash. I'm a freshman at VCU. I'm 18, and my pronouns are she, her, hers.
I'm Kaden. I'm 21. I'm a sophomore at VCU, and my pronouns are he, him, and his.
Hey, how y'all doing? I am Trey. I am 27 in a couple of weeks. Let's see. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I'm a VCU alumni.
Well, this is a very much needed conversation. But before we get started, I just want to preface it with, this is definitely an opportunity for me, myself, to learn. I'm hoping it can be the same thing for y'all. I just feel like there are some answers that need to be reached on this discussion. I'm hoping we can find those answers or at least bring them up in conversation in like a relaxing, chill environment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's just get right into it, y'all. So the first thing I want to do is dispel some myths that I personally heard. This is like from people I've came across that I've heard about the queer community and the trans community. So I'm gonna just go through this five points. Go through a little list, and y'all can just tell me how y'all feel after I list all of these myths. Okay, so I'm just go through them. Hold y'all responses to I'm done. Okay. Okay. All right. So first one, your identity as a Black person should come before you are gay, before being gay. Being attracted to the same sex is a choice or a lifestyle. Civil rights and Black Lives Matter movement leaders were only straight Black men and women. Homosexuality is a quote-unquote mental illness. If you identify as bisexual, you are promiscuous. Now, have y'all heard any of those before?
Yes.
So I'm gonna just open up the dialogue. Just like, which one did y'all like? Did it pop out to y'all the most when I listed off those myths? What's like the biggest ones that y'all was like, that ain't it?
That being gay is a mental illness.
Yeah.
Anything else?
The putting Black before.
Yeah,
That,
definitely.
I was like,
hearing a lot.
I saw your face, yeah.
You hear that a lot. I'm Black first, or what comes first?
Yeah.
why do you want to be so oppressed so bad?
Right.
Girl, I'll go first.
The oppression Olympics. What's going on?
Just because of what I studied, the civil rights leader one,
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah. I already said the others. I think you mentioned something about homosexuality being a choice versus, and I realized that that's a lot of conversation that takes place, whether, you're born gay or is it a choice to be gay, and that's consistent and constant and ugly.
For sure.
Lack of better words.
For sure. You know what? So they got hit on like the bisexual.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Being promiscuous, if you're bisexual, being promiscuous. I've heard that a lot. Just me personally though.
I think it's interesting as specifically being in the community, within the queer and trans community. I think there's a lot of bi erasure. So sometimes there is that link, and I do believe that is said a lot about, promiscuity being tied into bisexuality, because often the focus is about being bi-curious, where there being some sort of exploration there, which nothing's wrong with that at all. You are more than, sexuality is fluid, right? So you have the ability to experience your sexuality the way that you would like to.
And it seems like even in the LGBT community, like they're forcing you to choose something once again, between being, you're bi, so do you like men or women, or this and that. And it's the same conversation with, you're black or you're gay, which one is it? Why do I have to choose?
People want to put you in a box so bad.
Yeah.
In a box. Yeah. Now that we're done debunking those horrible myths, let's go on to the next topic. So lack of family support for the LGBTQI plus community. How do y'all feel about that? Because me growing up, I don't have any gay family members that I know of, but definitely from friends, from just peers I've seen, their parents are against everything. Their friends seem to be against everything. They have to feel that they have to hide everything, hide who they are until they're off on their own. I've heard people even get kicked out of their homes because of their sexual preference. So just, what do y'all think about, from your personal experience, or just things that y'all seeing yourselves about the lack of family support, especially in the Black community when it comes to this?
Yeah, so personal experience, I know somebody in my family who actually got kicked out whenever he came out as gay. He was like 14 years old when they put him out on the street because he was gay. And his whole mentality now is he's just hurt because he didn't have that family support. He didn't have the love that he really needed. So it really hurt him as a person now. He's a grown man. He's not, stable with his family. We don't have a close relationship with him. So I think it's really important to have that support around anybody.
I feel like it's specifically hard for Black gay men because Black men in our community are expected to be these big, strong, masculine men, and when you come out as gay, people see that as, so you're feminine, and people associate being gay with femininity. Because you can be the most masculine man on the planet and still be gay, but that's not something that we acknowledge.
I definitely feel that a lot, because as a straight male, a straight Black male, growing up, it's so imperative that you come off as nothing bothers you, nothing, you can't show emotion to anything. It's very stoic you have to like sports, you have to play a sport I don't think I played sports growing up. I don't think I've never been like, hey mom, can I play a sport? It's always been so soccer. You like soccer, huh? Go play soccer. I've never told you that. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically it's very stringent. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have a problem with it because I ended up enjoying those things. But I definitely feel that I was grown, I was raised in these guidelines, you know what I'm saying? So I could definitely see where a person who does identify as straight, Black men, can really struggle, and it's I want to be this way, and you're forcing me to be a certain way. Basically. So and that can really fuck someone's head up too, for sure.
And from that, I hope that we, as we are now, we teach our siblings, because I know for sure when my brother started saying these slurs, and I'm like, I'm not saying this in my house. It's not my house, but I'll still beat you. but you gotta stop it, and then you gotta stop at the nub, because our parents won't do that. For sure. So it's our responsibility to go out and do that for them.
I love that, because I know growing up in a household I kind of had two different experiences because my parents were divorced. So one side of my family I won't even say very open, but they're very tolerant of people that in my family who identify as gay or as lesbian. So, but then I have another side of my family who they just, yeah, like I would actually be scared if like one of my cousins were to come out. Like it's that, but I also. And you know, you try and say like, oh, you can't say that. It's just they say they're so set in their ways. But that's why I love like now I know, especially like my nephew will never hear a slur. Like my younger cousins are not allowed to, like, we don't play that at all. Yeah.
One thing I did want to mention here is about the Black Trans Travel Fund. That is out there for folks who do need support in any of the situations where they have been, forcibly removed from their homes, have been kicked out, anything due to any sort of queer phobia or transphobia out there. So I do want to make mention of that, and I think they have a Twitter as well. But one thing, family support is huge. Family is where most of us are rooted. Yeah. As far as like our mannerisms, the things that we've learned, our identity, our culture, so much is enrooted in our family upbringing. So it suffers for a person, and it sucks a little bit when you're forcibly removed from that. Or when you thought that you had that love and you thought you had that nourishment, and it's taken away from you. One thing I think we're also learning the different dynamic of what family means.
Yes.
Terms we often use is chosen family. So it means a lot to me to have my chosen family and the people who surround me. And I have my great family. I'm thankful for the fact that I never had to go through certain situations or aspects of life that I saw other folks within my community go through. To those out there, just if you have a chosen family, if you have people who are willing to wrap their arms around you, do more than just tolerate you, do more than just accept you. I continue to push that.
So like my experience was kind of different. I didn't actually, my family knew I was gay, but they didn't, it was like a brush off. Yeah, he's just him. But I didn't actually come out until I was 18. I came out to my mother and mom. And basically, at first my mom, she was she wasn't trying to hear it. But then as time went on, we built our relationship and stuff like that. And she's really supportive now, anything. I've actually just recently joined the ballroom scene, which if you guys don't understand. Okay. Yeah, so she comes and supports me and my balls.
That's great.
That's great. Yeah, if I want to go to Godfrey's, she'll come out with me and stuff like that. So.
I heard it was lit.
I heard you catch a short on I don't know if you wanted to, give any sort of context to the ballroom.
I mean, well, I know that I've seen the Paris' brand was really I guess I'll just leave it to
Yeah. So I don't know, y'all, because they all got the document, and I was watch Paris is Burning. So my first time watching Paris is Burning was 3 days ago? And I was when I saw, it was just, it opened me up to so many things, because I had no clue. I had no clue a lot of the things that go on, that's where it originated from. And I had no clue about all, how someone was saying about, being put out on the street. That's literally how it was. People were on the street, the little Hispanic kids, 14, 15, on the street, you know what I'm saying? But they had us as a community, even when they were out and when they were being put out, they had that sense of community. Which, like you were saying, I love that about Black people is even if you're cast away by your family, there are people out there who are going to take you in as their own and really support you in what you do. So, yeah, definitely. If y'all haven't watched Paris is Burning, watch that.
But not to say the chosen family isn't it is a good thing, but then sometimes you do have those chosen families where they try to the house father, try to take advantage of you and stuff like that.
Very true.
Yeah, for sure.
Very important.
How do y'all feel about the religious side of things? As you know, Black people were rooted. A lot of their roots were literally in, very conservative Christian homes. Yeah, so how do y'all feel about the whole religious aspect of the Black people?
So I am Catholic, and I've been raised in the Catholic Church, and I'm Nigerian, and I'm an immigrant actually. So everything I have grown up with was conservative. it took a lot for me to like come out and like say like, you know, like go against my parents and be like, you know, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this and that, and the third. Trying to educate them. And they always, you know, came back with me with like Christianity. And I'm like, you're weaponizing Christianity. I am like in the process of like figuring out my relationship with God. And I have figured out that although yes, the Bible is the most important book to me, it's not the book that will define my relationship with God. The only thing that defines your relationship with God is with you and God.
Amen.
It's not other people giving you their like unspoken opinions, this, that, and the third.
It's you and him.
What you talk about with him and what you feel with him is the most important thing to you ever. And that goes for any religion, period. Spirituality is like a really big thing with me, and like I'm just trying to get right with God, and I'm just like, I was like battling myself because I just came out of bi like November, December, and I was like, is this right? And I was like, but who defined right? Who defined what was right to me? So like, whenever I hear God wouldn't want this, I said, did God tell you? Did God tell you?
Is that your direct mind?
Right, like, let me get covered in. Like,
yeah, so whenever I hear that, I'm like, it saddens me because that makes people in the LGBTQ, like queer Black people, they move away from God, and that's what you're not supposed to do. You're supposed to move closer to God, whatever you're trying to do.
I know that, again, like the family members who do, I know especially like my family members who identify as gay, they have drifted so far from like what we all grew up as, like, because we all grew up Christian, African Methodist, Episcopal. While my grandmother like never shamed them, it was always kind of like, you know, this isn't right though. Like it was always like that background, and like, and then now they feel. Well, I know specifically one feels like they can't have a relationship with God because of now how they identify, and it hurts because I know like I'm working on myself in my relationship with God, and I know how close I brought Him and like the love that I feel from Him, and it's like I just wish He could feel that, and because if anybody else doesn't give it to Him, I know He can get it from that source. So it just like that really hurts my heart. Because again, like people weaponize Christianity all the time. All the time. And it's just so sad. Like it's so sad.
So myself, I grew up, you know, like many of y'all, I grew up, you know, Baptist, grew up in church, and I, you know, so now I don't practice, but I always look at my relationship now as not so much that I moved away. I always tell people, I think with spirituality and sometimes even with religion, a bit of the connection point is you having that devoted connection. It's almost an innate feeling.
yes.
And I didn't have it. Even when I was a kid, I didn't have that innate feeling of connectedness in that way to, you know, religion or to the Bible or different things of that sort. So I've gotten older and I said, you know, this here feels like what I think you all express a lot of what you feel in religion. This is what makes me feel whole. This is what makes me feel good, is to be able to sit with you all and share conversations, knowing that you can count on me and relate to me. And I wanted to say that for you as well. When you said, you know, I wish he could feel that. Well, he did feel it through you.
Oh, yes.
Through you, right? Because if God is within you,
For sure.
you have it to share. And you have it to give out. So, you know, continue to remember that the nourishment lies within you. The nourishment lies within you. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you all for being in this space and sharing that. I'm still, you know, as good and as strong, and I feel stronger because I'm now connecting to the things that matter, the things that mean a lot to my spirit. So, you know, I'm very proud of y'all. You know, that's all I can really say, just to remember to keep sharing those fruits, keep giving out those fruits, and educating as much as you can. But just remembering that the tools and that energy that you have, that's good enough for them. Believe me, you know, you go out there and you do that. So. That was just it. I got
all this energy over here. All right. Is that all you have to say on the whole family aspect of things? Well, share.
Yeah, so I used to like go to church. I wasn't like really like a spiritual person, but I used to go because I don't hear the word and everything. But I just feel like the church folk, they're really, you know, judgmental. And,
talk on it.
Yeah, they're like really judgmental, and I mean you don't have a habit or being the only person the men upstairs, you know, they say, you know, it's a sin to be gay, but it's also a sin, well, so they say, it's also a sin to like have a child before marriage and, you know.
Premarital sex.
Yeah, it's like, cheat on her husband, cheat on her wife, so, I mean, a lot of people in the church is also sinning, so you can't really like throw all of the bad stuff on us and we're just going to lie.
A little shellfish, that be good for you.
Yeah.
I was polyester, something like that.
I feel like black people in church, especially, like they put certain things over certain things. They like rank the sins, and that is so toxic.
When a sin is a sin is a sin.
It's a sin, like it's, you know, and we're all sinners. Like none of us are perfect. So, and it goes back to like, who are you to judge me? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to walk up in here. I'm trying to get that connection. I'm trying to get those fruits. And y'all must be the ones who embrace me, who love me, who take me to that, who help me, support me. You know what I'm saying? And for some crazy reason, black folks always find a way to rank certain sins over certain sins. Like, it's crazy. Like a pedophile could really be serving on the choir, but y'all talk about the gay man behind his back. It's just like, what? Make it make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Because
I would say, I think a lot, as I'm sitting here thinking about it, I think a lot of it is because of the patriarchal view and structure.
yes.
Like, right, like when we think about adultery, for example, right, like, exactly, you know, you think about how that's been indoctrinated, and when you think about, you know, like, just instantly what hit my mind was like adultery, and I was like,